Shout out to my Patreon. Y'all are the real MVPs. I'm going to be trying to do some special things for y'all in this new year because y'all have definitely been riding with me. If you would like to join my Patreon, it's very simple. All you have to do is go to www.patreon.com/bstokestyling and make your pledge. $5, $10, or $25. Currently, I'm trying to get to 20 Patreons, you guys, so make sure you help me reach my goal by clicking the link down in my description box and joining my Patreon. You do not want to miss out on the early access to my videos. All right, we're going to be getting started with the live here very shortly. Thank you to anyone who is watching. If you're watching on the replay, please do not forget to hit the like button and drop down in the comments and tell me your thoughts on tonight's episode. We have a little over 2 minutes before we get this party started. The season is almost over. Have you been enjoying the season so far? Let's go ahead and talk about it in the comment section. If you are new here, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel with the notification bell on so you don't miss out on any more of my lives. Don't forget to order your custom Be Stoked Styling merch. That's right, we have merch. Just click the link down below in the description box and order your Be Stoked Styling merch today. Hey, welcome back to my channel, and today we are going to be discussing tonight's episode of Love and Marriage Huntsville. I believe this is episode 18, season 3. I'm just sharing this out because y'all already know sharing is caring. If you are new here, please do not hesitate to subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any more of my videos. Hit the like button as you enter. For those of you who do not know, I review Love and Marriage Huntsville, Tyler Perry's Sisters, Ready to Love, and The Real Housewives of Potomac. Apparently, Power Book 2 Ghost is starting tomorrow technically, or tonight at midnight. I also review that show. So yeah. Drop down in the comment section and let me know your thoughts on tonight's episode. I'm not going to hold you. We're going to go ahead and jump on in. Let me pull up my notes so we can start talking about tonight's episode. The episode starts off where the last real episode ended, because y'all know last week they gave us that hoax drama the whole episode. I did not watch that. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Melody and Martell wear me out. I'm so sick of them and their toxic fighting and they're going back and forth. At this point, if it ain't about the children, don't bring it up. We don't want to hear it. We don't want to see it. I'm sick of y'all arguing. Like, it's not cute. It's not entertaining anymore. We have had 18 episodes of the same ish. So episode starts with them arguing. I didn't write down anything that was said between the two of them because it's the same thing. At the end of the day, Martell still wants to be with Melody. He's jealous. Melody still wants to be petty with Martell and dig in that she is single. It's always rude. It's always nasty. It's always just tiring and exhausting. Like I said, y'all need to just meet at the McDonald's, exchange the children, and don't talk. That is where y'all should be at this point, because y'all don't know how to even sit in the room together. Okay. Moving on, because I'm not finna give the host that much energy. We see Kimmi and one of her actual friends, Patricia, come over to the house. Hi, Patricia. So we come to find out that Kimmi and Patricia apparently have been friends for a very long time. I think they said almost 20 years at least. And Patricia, the whole reason why Patricia is on this episode, on this scene, is to clear up Kimmi's name. That is her purpose for being on this show. We probably ain't never gonna see Patricia again. Patricia came on this show to clear up the timeline that everything has been, about what's been going on. Because apparently, Patricia is the person that introduced Kimmi to Maurice. Okay. So Patricia actually knew the Scotts, and she's aware of, Kimmi's relationship with the Scotts from the very beginning. She also knew Kiowa. Now she made it clear that her and Kiowa were building a friendship, that they weren't friends, but her and Kimmi had been ace boon coons for at least 20 years. Okay. She made that clear. So she's just clearing things up. So apparently Kiowa got mad with her at some point because she felt like it was breaking girl code. I'm assuming because, again, Patricia is the person that introduced Kimmi to Maurice. And they talk about the breakdown in their relationship. Basically, that Maurice filed for divorce twice. The first time he took it back, and then eventually they actually ended up with the divorce and everything. Kiowa was not the one who wanted the divorce. Apparently she was dodging the divorce papers, honey. She was seeing the guy come out there and she's dipping and dodging. She didn't want to get a divorce. But apparently Maurice was all the way done. Not only did he move away from Michigan, he moved down to Florida for a little while. Then he turned around and moved to Huntsville. He was over the relationship. Kimmi says that she did not know Maurice when he was married at all. And then when she got introduced to Maurice, she did not take him seriously at first. He went on to sow his wild oats. Patricia say yes, he did what he did. He took that time. They were not dating. Then they circled back around, started dating. Patricia then goes on to bring up how Tisha, her sister-in-law, was not defending her when Kiowa was insinuating that Kimmi was in fact a side chick. And Patricia wants to know how that relationship is going. So before we get into Kimmi and Tisha, let's talk about this whole thing with Kimmi and Kaya for a quick little second, because they bring up how Kiowa keeps bringing up this narrative that Kimmi was the side chick, or in some kind of way, Maurice and Kiowa could have made it back to each other if not for Kimmi being in the way. And Kimmi, or Patricia, I think it was, asked, well, wasn't she married at the time? And Kimmi confirms that yes, while she's bringing all this up, she's married. And if you've been following me, you know I've been saying this for a long time. Why is this married woman finding so much? Why is she just constantly bringing up what happened in this last relationship? It gives that you didn't really want to leave that relationship. It gives that you still want to be with that man. It gives that the guy that you're with ain't making you happy. And if I were the current husband, I would be upset. You know, like, why do you feel like you have to constantly bring up the past? It don't matter what happened back then. You're married to me now. And just the whole way that Kiowa seems to have been somewhat jealous of the relationship between Kimmi and Maurice, says that she's actually not done, like her feelings are not done with Maurice. That's what it says. And if I was her new husband, I'd be looking at it sideways, to be honest with you. That's what I'm saying. I'd be looking at it sideways. But anywho, and honestly, I don't know about y'all. Y'all can drop down in the comments and tell me your thoughts. But I did not think that Kimmi was a side chick. She just don't give off side chick energy. And when they started talking about everything in the very beginning, there didn't seem to be any overlap. But apparently, again, Kiowa insinuated. People get that and they run with it. And then you have, your sister-in-law who's supposed to be your sister. Every time you turn around, she's saying, oh, you my sister, but your sister ain't sticking up for you. Your sister is up here with the ex-wife kicking in her face. And we have to be truthful about it. Kiowa and Tisha probably did have a relationship of some sort. I mean, think about it. As the way that Tisha clings on to people and wants people to be her family, I'm sure her and Kiowa had a relationship, but it's real shisty for you to be on camera shooting a scene with Kiowa where Kiowa is dogging out this woman. And by this point, Kimmi and Maurice have been together for well over what? I think they've been together like 7 years at this point. So you should really be over it. Which that whole scene is the reason why Tisha and Kimmi cannot get along. And we see that here in this conversation with Patricia, because Kimmi says that, well, me and Tisha, we just kind of got into it because she sent me a text about sponsoring her destiny race. And I feel like she never texted me before in these 10 years of us being friends. So why does she feel the need to put me in a group text now? And she said that she was being petty by not responding. I appreciate Kimmi admitting that she was petty, because we all saw it. We all saw how that whole situation went, and Kimmi was being completely petty about how she was interacting with Tisha. She was trying to play dumb about it when they were in that group setting. But Kimmi, I'm glad that you went ahead and admitted it, that you were being petty. And at this point, Kimmi is being petty because she doesn't think that her and Tisha will ever actually be friends. She said that she doesn't know if she has the capacity to move on in her friendship with Tisha. And you can see it. I think at this point, Kimmi has accepted the fact that her and Tisha will never be the friends or the sisters, in quotation, that they were in season 1, that they don't trust, that Kimmi does not fully trust Tisha. And I think she's trying to meet her where she is. Hey Sammy, thank you for joining. I think Kimmy's trying to meet her where she is at this point, and she's not going to go out of her way to make Tisha feel comfortable, to make Tisha feel happy, or anything in the friendship. And to be honest with you, I would rather, Kimmi, I would rather you just say that to Tisha than to make passive aggressive and petty digs at her. Just say, you know what? I don't trust you anymore. We just gonna have to be surface. It is what it is. She says that she finds it ironic that Tisha was upset that her and Melody were friends while they were falling out. Um, let's see. She said that that Tisha was mad that her and Melody remained friends when her and Tisha were on the outs, but now that they are good, she's still holding some underlying resentment. That may have been where the issue started, but I think the issue for Kimmi really blew up and really came out once that unseen footage came out about Tisha meeting with Kiowa. I think that is what really put the nail in the coffin for their quote unquote friendship. Y'all tell me what you think in the comment section. Speaking of Tisha, we see a surprise money counseling session with Tisha and Marsau. So Tisha comes into the house. She got her groceries and her two-piece on. And there are two people sitting in her living room, two people that she does not know. She comes in with her grocery bags and she speaks and introduces herself. They introduce and she goes in the kitchen. She's like, who are these people? Marsau goes, it's a surprise. She says, okay. So she goes back out and, reintroduces, shakes their hands, and they're like, we're so happy to meet you. And she instantly lies because she's like, oh, I'm so happy to meet y'all too. Girl, how you talking about you happy to meet people? You don't even know who these people is. You don't know what these people is here for. How you happy to meet these people? And her voice, her tone, the octave of her voice was so high when she told that lie. I couldn't do nothing but laugh because it was such a polite Southern quick lie. Oh, I'm so happy to meet y'all too. No, who are you people? And what are y'all doing in my house? I wasn't expecting no company. And she wasn't expecting no company because the house wasn't together. We'll talk about that in a minute. But all right. So find out it's surprise money counseling. This married couple, I didn't write down their names. We ain't gonna see them again. Ain't no point in me writing down their names. This married couple, they are like, they do financial counseling and things like that. And so Marsau is bringing it because he feels like Tisha overspends. So Tisha's like, oh, this is petty. This was revenge for me doing the counseling. Marsau, of course, no, I thought you would enjoy this. Da, da, da. But Tisha's a good sport about it. She says, well, hold on. Let me get my notebook. Let's take some notes. They're like, well, this is not, a seminar. We just want to kind of work with y'all on getting y'all's money together and being on the same page. And they begin to talk, and Tisha, just like what Dr. Francis explains, that the difference between how she and Marsau spends money is that when Tisha spends money, she spends for the family. She spends not just for herself, but for their 3 children and for the household. When Marsau spends money, he spends money for himself with no regard to the household. He doesn't ask her for any type of input. She says he just bought a new truck. She didn't know that the truck was going to get bought because he was the one, actually. He brought up how she wanted a new truck. And then she says, well, yeah, I said I wanted a new truck, but you actually went out and bought a new truck. He apparently had a work truck, transmission went out. He decided to buy a new truck. So now we're talking about how Marsau has 3 new cars because he bought a new work truck. He says, well, that's for business. That doesn't count. I'm going to assume that come out of their personal finances. I'm going to assume that came out of their, LLCs or whatever business accounts they have. So, okay, we're not going to count that truck. We're going to let that truck go. But he had just bought a Mercedes or something for his 40th birthday, got the little butterfly doors and such. And he had some other car that he just bought. Tisha says that she spends a lot around the house. She says a frivolous expense that Marsau might think she have is makeup. So then they go and do this like tour of the things that Tisha buys versus the things that Marsau buys. And this is why I say Tisha didn't know these people was coming to her house, because she decided to go take them on a tour around the house. The house ain't together. Now, if you are a good Southern belle, you are a good Southern belle, you already know you don't just invite people on a house tour unless you got your house together. Now, that is a pet peeve. My husband was good for that. I had to get him together because he would be good for we have company come over to the house. I didn't know that company was coming over to the house. Now, our downstairs tends to be pretty, put together. That's how it tends to be. But then don't come upstairs, because upstairs might not be put together. Okay, upstairs might be a wreck. So as we going upstairs to the Scott's residence, we got clothes all everywhere, bed unmade. Tisha walked in that room, you could tell she was instantly embarrassed. But you the one that embarrassed yourself, okay? Inviting people on this house tour, your house ain't put up. But that's just me and the southern the southern belle and me, I suppose. But and then she goes to explain how women, we have so many expenses, and a wig can cost $1,200, and that is true. I know I saw some people on Twitter like, what wig costs $1,200? There are some wigs that could cost $1,200, not a wig that Tisha got on. Not Tisha's wig per se, especially not that wig that she had on down there to Destiny's event, because that wig was all of a shake and go. That wig was a hot mess. Not that wig, but wigs can cost up $1,200. Do I think that Tisha got a $1,200 wig? No, I don't. But she got in. I'm sure she got like a few $300-$400 wig. So when you put them together, okay, she got $1,200, and then she buying makeup, she buying school clothes for the kids. A woman is the one that put the house together, so she got the little decorations, the little knickknacks and things to go around the house. She just came in the house with grocery, so she's spending money on that. We go outside. Marsau got the cars and all of this kind of stuff. And at the end of the day, communication in their relationship is lacking. And that is the same thing that we have seen when they were at the doggone counseling session with Dr. Francis. Now, although Marsau brought these people in here to try to prove a point to Tisha about her spending, at the end of the day, what it really proves a point is that y'all have a disconnect in your marriage when it comes to communication. They ask you how much you've discussed money, and y'all sit up here and say once. Y'all been married for 15 years. Once what? Once a week, once a month, once a quarter, once a year. Say once in our marriage. Once. Well, of course, y'all not going to be on the same page financially, because y'all are not on the same page financially. See, let me explain something. And this is just my opinion. Y'all can always feel free to comment below and tell me your thoughts. But this is my opinion as a married couple. I've been married not for a long, it ain't been 15 years. I've not been married for 15 years. I've been married for 5 years. I've been with my husband for going on 9 years at this point. Living together for 8. So here's the thing. In the beginning of our marriage, in the beginning of our relationship, before we got married, in the beginning of our relationship, we did not talk about, we had a general conversation about finances. We had a general conversation about, responsibilities and who's going to pay for what and da 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 da. Okay. And that worked well for, the first 3 years of our living together. Then we get married, and we had to come back to the conversation about finances and realize, like, okay, we need to come together as one and figure some things out. And that worked well. It was still more so like, okay, well, here's what you're going to do, here's what I'm going to do, da 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 da. It wasn't honestly until about not even 2 years ago, and the most recently, where we have decided to honestly, well, now at this point in our marriage, we sit down together on a monthly, sometimes twice a month basis, and sit down and go through the expenses of the household together. That way we both understand this is where this is going, this is where that is going, this is how we can allocate money to this expense. This is how we can achieve this goal. And that way we are on the same page. Because if you got two people operating separately about the money, you're going to always feel like someone's overspending or someone's doing too much. Because it's like, you don't know. If I don't know that you spend $500 a month in grocery for the kids, but you know what I'm saying? I don't know that you spend that. I think you spend $300. Of course I want to think you're overspending. But then when I see, oh well, look, oh, and then they got the snacks. Oh, and then they got snacks, and then you got to provide snacks for the soccer team too. So that goes into the girl. You get what I'm saying? Y'all got to come together, and it's clear that they do not talk. Bottom line is, it's clear that they do not talk, and it's not on no because Marsau said that he deposits his check into her account, and that's all well, great, and good. But y'all are supposed to be a team. Even if it's not a every month thing, the fact that you will sit up here and go out, and after she says she wants a car, then you go out and buy a car. Well, clearly y'all ain't finna sit up here and have 4 and 5 car notes, and then you blame her. And we not gonna sit up here and act like makeup and hair is equivalent to a Mercedes with butterfly doors. We not gonna sit up here and act like those are equivalent. We're not gonna sit up here and act like those are the same thing. So I'm frustrated for Tisha, um because I feel like she is finally getting a voice, and it's not necessarily being heard. But it's been 15 years of them in this relationship, in this marriage, and I don't think that Marsau is willing to budge, to be honest with you. I think that yeah, I don't think that he's willing to budge. And even though he thought he was doing this to be petty towards Tisha, to be like, oh, look at what it's like to get surprise counseling. What they said wasn't nothing different than what Dr. Francis says. And the bottom line is, y'all don't communicate well. That's the bottom line. Before we get into the next scene, which is Destiny and her beauty and business luncheon, I would like to say thank you to my Patreons. Make sure that if you are just coming in to like the video, thank y'all for tuning in. And I want to give a shout out to one of our sponsors, which is, of course, the Bespoke Styling Signature Unit. If you want a custom wig that's not going to cost you $1,200 like Miss Tisha's wig, you can always get you a Bespoke Styling Signature Unit. They are handcrafted to fit you, available in whatever style, size, color that you need. All you have to do is click the link down below in the description box, visit my website, and order your custom Bespoke Styling Unit today. All right. Now that our commercial break is over with, let's talk about Destiny and this beauty and business luncheon. Number one, I hated Destiny's outfit, okay? When they started showing everybody getting up out the cars and walking up, I'm like, I was confused at what the event was. I'm not going to lie. I was looking at the outfits and I was confused at the attire, okay? Because we saw Kimmi get out the car, and Kimmi looked nice. She had like a little dress. We saw Tiffany get out, and she had on this little flouncy type of blouse and skirt. Tiffany always looked like she headed to the church house. We saw not Destiny, but we saw Melody with this like all these ruffles or feathers or I don't know what, and then rhinestone and a lot. Then we saw Destiny in her outfit. I wasn't sure what the attire was for this event when we first came up in there, and I was sure that I did not like Destiny's attire. I understand that this was your event, so you wanted to stand out and be, extra, fabulosity or something, but it was not. It was a no for me, sis. But anyway, this is her beauty and business luncheon. She's excited because this is where she's going to reveal the cover of her cover shoot for hype hair. She says she has a lot of business women in the area coming, from realtors to tax attorneys to, everybody who does everything. She gets up, she does her speech, she shouts out who's all there and all the powerful women, one of those women empowerment lunches. She ends up shouting out Kimmi. Y'all noticed this episode how they kept making like a little joke about Kimmi and Destiny and this threesome or whatever, and Kimmi kept saying, I don't know why she calling me out, or she doing extra special stuff for me, we ain't finna do nothing. I think that Kimmi and Destiny have actually like created a actual friendship, and it's all just in good fun, and it just seems to be like a running joke that they're having at this point on the show. It's cute. I ain't mad at it. I'm glad that they are actually on the same page finally. So Destiny goes, she sits down and she talks about how this this event has been so stressful. They had to change the venue just 3 days before, and she had to fire her party planner, and it was just so much. And so she just wants to thank everybody for coming out. And all the sponsors and everything. And then Melody brings up how, oh, well, you didn't ask me to be a sponsor. I see you ask Stormy. Stormy is Melody's pregnant friend that has that really nice house where she shot the video at. Stormy, she said, I see that you asked Stormy to be a sponsor, but you didn't ask me. And Destiny was like, oh my goodness. Well, you know what? I dropped the ball. Well, she just told y'all how this whole event has been stressful for her to plan. So it's nothing, for her to say that, for her to have forgotten that, I guess. And Melody goes in and says, well, you know what? When a friend drops the ball, then a friend has to make sure that she picks it up and carries it. So she makes it a point to hand her a check and to say, next time, don't you forget me, next time, don't you forget me. And honestly, when I was looking at the interaction between Destiny and Melody, I think that it was I don't think there was anything shady about it. I think it was actually just friendly, like, now you forgot to ask me to sponsor you, girl. I got your back type of thing, like friendly ribbing. Meanwhile, across the table, they just kept zooming in to Tiffany making faces as Destiny was, kind of poking, as Melody was kind of poking at Destiny. I did not take it seriously. I really did think that it was Melody just poking at her friend. I don't think Disney took it seriously. Disney was like, well, give me that check, girl. I'm gonna cash it, I think Melody also did want to make a point to say, like, this is my friend. I'm going to, of course, sponsor her event. So again, I didn't think anything of that scene. I just think it was like healthy ribbing. But because we're talking about sponsorship, Tisha has to bring up the Destiny race and how Melody and Destiny both committed to being sponsors for that race. However, Tisha has yet to receive a check. Okay. So what's up with that, ladies? They were both like, what, you didn't get a check? Melody say, my people didn't give you the check. The check never arrived. Oh my goodness. Melody was not offended by Tisha bringing it up. I thought that it was a bit tacky to bring it up. I did. Y'all tell me what you think. I thought it was a bit tacky to bring it like, oh well, since you handing out checks, well, my check. That's kind of like how it felt to me. And I would have asked about it. I don't think there's anything wrong with her asking about it. I also just feel like you probably could have pulled them to the side and talked about it. To me, that was rude. But since we are talking about checks, Kimmi says, well, did you get my check? And Tisha says, well, yeah, I was going to say something about it, but yeah, I did get your check. And, after the situation, after our confrontation, uh, Kimmi says, I mean, well, before or after you got the check, And she was like, well, you didn't respond to the text. She was like, well, would you rather I respond to the text and not send a check, or not respond and you get a check? Kimmi was being what? Say it with me now. Petty, okay? And she knew she was being petty. She was, and at this point, I don't like that side of Kimmi. And I love Kimmi. Y'all know I love Kimmi over here on this channel. I do. But I don't like that side of Kimmi where she's just being intentionally petty with Tisha, because there's no point. If you send the check, like, and then I'm the type of person who, like, if you send a check, if you donate, it's not for you to broadcast to the world. It's not for you to, you know, to showboat and showcase, oh, well, I sent the check and this person did. It's not about that. If you are supporting to truly support, then it doesn't matter if anybody does or does not know that you're sending a check. So Kimmi was absolutely, I did not like that. I did not like her bringing up that she sent the check in that group setting, and it just further proves that her and Tisha will never be on the same page. So then Tisha steps away with Tiffany, and this was really weird and awkward because they had just gotten into this kind of little spat at the table between Tisha and Kimmi, and it's like, okay, well, Tiffany, do you want to go refill your champagne? Tiffany still had half a glass of champagne in her hand, and she was like, sure. Like, okay. And so they go and they step off and they have a conversation. And then this is another thing that was just weird to me. I think maybe Tisha's just socially awkward. As I'm working through this episode, maybe Tisha's just socially awkward. You tell me what you think. Because the conversation that she had with Tiffany, she was like, well, Tiffany, I don't know anything about you. You say that you're so open and transparent. I don't know anything about you. Tell me something bad about you. That's basically how it went. You said that you cheated. How that happened? Like, what? Was there some lead up to this conversation? Was there something left on the cutting room floor that we didn't get to see? Because that was weird. If I was Tiffany, I'd be like, man, what? Excuse me? Excuse me? Like, why? What? This is coming out of left field, especially because it seems like Tisha and Tiffany actually were fine. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know. That whole thing, it was very weird. It seemed like, I don't know, the production be like, hey, go talk to Tiffany. We need her to have a reason to be in this scene. She ain't said nothing the whole scene. We need her to talk. So go talk to Tiffany. Like, it was just weird how that conversation was brought up. Period. But Tiffany goes on to say that in her past, relationship, she cheated in her but it was before they were married. So Tisha's like, oh, if you weren't married, y'all were like in high school, like that doesn't even matter, it doesn't even count. But she's trying to, I guess, get into, I don't know, I'm not interested enough in Tiffany's story. I'm sorry. I heard what she said. Sometimes you want more. She wanted more for herself, and some, I don't know. I feel like the conversation was weird and out of place. I feel like the conversation was weird and out of place, and what was being talked about, I didn't care anything about. I'm not gonna lie to you. Moving on. Melody also takes this time to invite everyone to her video release party. It's going to be held at Stormy's event. It's an all-white affair. Get your outfits together. That is going to be I think that is going to be our season finale next week. Before the luncheon ends, Destiny gifts Kimmi a honeymoon, because we already know Kimmi has not gone on her honeymoon. At the top of the episode, I forgot to say, but at the top of the episode, she was talking about her honeymoon and how she really wanted one, but she felt like the only way for her to get one was if she planned everything. and she didn't necessarily want to do that. She wanted Maurice to be involved with it. And so then we get down here to the luncheon, and Destiny says that she deserves a honeymoon, and so she gives her a honeymoon. So that was sweet. Destiny reveals her cover. The cover looked beautiful. Said Destiny fulfilled. She looked really, really nice. Kudos to Destiny, doing great things. Last scene of the night, we see Maurice surprise Kimmi. He asked her to come to a hotel room. She came in there in her peak honey looking like Legally Blonde. And he had the hotel room decorated, had balloons. It was like an indoor picnic. It was really sweet, really romantic. She was not expecting it. They sat down and began to talk. And Maurice brings up his session with Dr. Francis. Kimmi Joe said, everybody sees Dr. Francis. He needs to be on retainer. That's what I say. Dr. Francis is the only therapist in Huntsville, apparently. So he, like I said, they discussed the session with Dr. Francis, and Maurice tells Kimmi about the revelation that he had, that he was making his business like his side chick. His business was like his second wife, and he needed to take some more time to really appreciate Kimmi and to spend time with her. Kimmi expresses that she loves him, that she cherishes just the little things like them spending time together on a Sunday, just them having quality time. And she feels like he's been choosing to work. He acknowledges that he has been falling short, but he wants to get them back on the right track. And even though it's taken them about 3 years to get here, he gives her a piece of paper for wherever their honeymoon is supposed to be. We don't know where it's going to be. Looks like some type of island. And she is really touched because I'm assuming he's already paid for and planned this trip. He said he had already paid for it. And so she's really, really touched by this because, again, like I said, she felt like the only way for her to get a honeymoon was for her to do all of the planning and prep for it. And so for him to actually go and make it all happen, she, like I said, you could tell that she was like really, she like cried. It was really, really, really sweet. I don't care what nobody say. They are my favorite couple on this show. All couples have flaws. You can look into anybody and be like, well, this could be better, that could be better. But overall, I think Maurice really loves Kimmi. Kimmi really loves Maurice. They are a really good balance for each other. And I'm happy that they are on the same page. Kimmi jokes and says, well, I went from 0 honeymoons to 2 honeymoons. And Maurice was like, 2 honeymoons. He actually did seem in the confessional, y'all tell me what you think, but in the confessional, he did seem like a little taken aback and almost slightly offended that Destiny actually gifted Kimmi a honeymoon. You know, she's like, oh, she saw a need and she filled it or whatever. But I thought it was cute. Kimmi, look at you taking 2 vacations, girl. Go ahead, get your vacation on. They end up ending the night back there in the room, honey. They say it's Taco Tuesday. I say TMI. We don't want to know about Taco Tuesday. That's all that happened in tonight's episode. Next week we will see the video release party, the all-white party. Apparently there's going to be some conflict between Destiny and Melody, but I think that's just contrived conflict for the show, to be honest with you, because those two still like they talk, they hang out like they're actual friends. We see that Martell is going to crash the release party. Why? Like, why? And I think that's probably going to end up being the close out of the season, because when I look on my little TV guide on my app that I watch the show on, it says that December 7th, I think is what it said, is going to be reunion part 1. Did it say December 7th? That first Saturday in December, it says is reunion part 1. So we are almost at the end of the season. It's been a good season. I am exhausted with the hosts, but overall I have definitely enjoyed it. I think that's it. Oh, Thick Girl, I'll see you in the backstage. Hold on, I'm gonna bring you on up. Anybody else, if you would like to come up and talk about anything specific about tonight's episode, feel free to click the link in the chat box. We'll be on here for a few more minutes and then I'm gonna log on off, you guys. Hey, thick girl.
Hey, babe. I did not even know it came on tonight. I thought I was mad because I thought they took 2 weeks off, so I didn't get to watch the episode yet. But I just came up here to talk to you because I thought our baby had came. I was like, I've been counting down with you. Like,
Girl,
if she made to make it to the next reunion, is she gonna make it to the next episode of Love and Marriage Huntsville?
I'm still here. I'm
And
still
I'm
waiting.
always in your inbox checking on you. So I'm like, oh, she here. That one number God that told me to pick up my phone and hit that YouTube. That's all. Because I didn't even know you was on.
I'm still here. Hold on. I'll show you the belly. Oh, glory. Hold on.
That hair looking cute.
Thank you, girl. You know, got to
You
get that
gonna keep
labor here
switching that
together.
style till you can't no more, huh? Until the baby come.
Look, get that labor here together. Hold on. I got to get up here.
Look, baby daddy can't be mad about how much you spend when you pregnant. Oh, God, we got two. We got
Girl,
2 for 1.
no, absolutely not. But my due date is next Saturday, so either I'm gonna be here or I won't.
Right, that's what I'm saying. See, you know they come when they feel like it. They don't care about our body.
I'm tired, but I'm still here.
Still eating every hour. Or is it 30 minutes now?
Huh? I can't hear you. You went out.
Yeah, you eat every hour, or has it went to 30 minutes now?
It's every hour still, and I've been on for about 46 minutes, so we ain't got much longer. It's about that time.
That's why I came up. That's why I was like,
Your sound went out. I can't hear you.
what's going on? You can't hear me?
You got really, really low.
You can't hear me now?
Barely.
Well, I just wanted to come up
Oh,
and
there you
talk
go.
to you. Okay. I was just coming to mess with you for a little while
Girl,
because I
yeah.
did not know you was on, and I was like, "Oh, sis, on. Let me see. She's still pregnant. Yes, our baby ain't came yet, so yeah, she's still here.
I'm
She gonna make
still
it to
here.
tomorrow."
Look, my mama gets here in a couple days. I just want him to stay in until my mama gets here, and then
Child,
I'm doing all the things. I already started walking. We walked around the neighborhood for about 30 minutes today. I was like, all right, let's go. What we gonna do
I don't
now?
care what nobody say. I don't care if you're married, you single. When you having a baby, all you want is your mama. See,
That's
I
it.
can't have no more because my mama not here no more. All I want is my mama. I don't care about nobody else, the doctors. Nobody. I need my mama to be in here. I need,
That's
yeah,
it.
I need them prayers and all that.
You turn into a baby yourself. A baby having a
Exactly.
baby.
And your legs cropped up in the air. You talking about some mommy? Like, no, you wasn't calling for mommy when you was making it. Don't call.
That's right. That's too right.
But I just wanted to message your sister, say what's up. Glad
Well,
you looking
thank you for
good.
stopping in.
Face still glowing. It's still cute.
Stop.
You can send one to DC because that's a big old one. You gonna need girl. You gonna need some help
Pray
pushing
for me.
that out.
Pray for me. That's all I'm gonna say. Just pray for me.
I hope that's a big afterbirth.
I plan on going natural. So keep me in
That's
your
what I'm saying.
prayers.
So I hope that's just the afterbirth that's that big, not the baby.
I hope so too. I have gained 50 pounds in this pregnancy. It has
Your
been.
snapback was quick the last time, so you be all right.
I'll be all right. I'm gonna get fine after, but I've
Yeah.
been enjoying the eating now.
I
So
know that's right, because we don't know when we're going to get it again. So we're going to enjoy the pampering, the eating. But can you go get me some ice cream from the store? And it's 11 o'clock. We're going to
all
do
of
all
it.
that. And wait till your mama
All
get
of it.
there. Oh, you really going to newborn status. Oh, you
I'm
can't
so
move.
excited. I'm not cooking for Thanksgiving. My mama's doing all the cooking. Like I just get to sit and just be.
You are going to be an invalid. I
Yes.
can't do nothing.
I ain't got to
Get the
worry about my baby.
the boy over there. Go get the boy, Mom. He crying.
Exactly. Oh, I
Go get
can't
some
wait.
greens.
I can't wait.
Don't forget the boy, though. Go get the greens and the boy.
You already know. I cannot wait. Oh, I can't wait. Just
I
give
know
me
that's
till
right.
Tuesday. Give me till
I'm ready to
Tuesday.
see. I'm ready to see him. You don't be all in your DMs. I need to see him. You know I am.
That's fine. I'll make sure I send you a picture once we drop this load. Any day
Yeah.
now.
Because you know I'm going to bug you if you don't anyway, so it don't matter. But love you, sis. I just wanted to mess with you real quick.
I love you too. Thank you for coming in.
Always, babe.
All right. All right, y'all. Well, that's going to be the end of tonight's show. Thank y'all again so much for tuning in to my review. If you watched on the replay, make sure that you that you hit the like button and that you are subscribed to the channel. I really appreciate all of my new subscribers who've been coming around. Even though I am about to drop this baby, y'all don't have to worry because you will still be getting content. Honey, I got content already laid out for the next, I think, 4 or 5 weeks. We have our Tales from the Salon horror story reaction videos. Those are already available for my Patreon. We also have Face Beat Friday. Y'all know Face Beat Friday is what is an original on my channel. It's my makeup tutorials. I used to release them every single Friday. We're bringing Face Beat Friday back. They're not going to be every Friday like they used to be, but I will definitely be releasing some. So the next Face Beat Friday is already available for my Patreon. And then last week, or this past Friday, we just released a video. So if you enjoy makeup tutorials and things like get ready with me, things like that, make sure. Oh, yes. Thank you, Thick Girl, too, for joining Patreon. Shout out to our new Patreon. As a matter of fact, shout out to all of our Patreons who support the channel because y'all are what keep me going. Remember, shout out to my Patreon. Y'all are the real MVPs. I'm going to be trying to do some special things for y'all in this new year because y'all have definitely been riding with me. If you would like to join my Patreon, it's very simple. All you have to do is go to www.patreon.com/bstokestyling and make your pledge. $5, $10, or $25. Currently, I'm trying to get to 20 Patreons, you guys, so make sure you help me reach my goal by clicking the link down in my description box and joining my Patreon. You do not want to miss out on the early access to my videos. So if you want to go ahead and have early access to the videos that will be coming during my kind of like maternity leave, all you have to do is click the link in the description box, join my Patreon. You will have access to all of my videos that will be coming up, which are the Tales from the Salon and the Face Beat Fridays. If you enjoy watching Sisters, Marriage Boot Camp, Real Housewives of Potomac, Ready to Love, and Ghost Power Book 2. Make sure you stay on the channel. Got playlists for all of that. Go watch my reviews on that. I'm probably going to try to watch the Power tonight and see if I can go ahead and get that review out. Try to go ahead and get it out tonight because I'm up by myself. So I'll probably try to go ahead and get that up tonight. But thank y'all again so much for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. And I'm going to see y'all in the next video. Peace.